Hello, Willow. Come here. Come here, Willow. Here. Hello, mate. Well, good morning, good afternoon. Just thought we'd sit here and have a little sit with Woody, have a little chat about things that are going on in the future. So the main thing that we're looking forward to is the 13th and 14th of September at Holdenby House, the Falconry Gathering 2025. As some of you know that follow my channel, last year, the day I was due to go up and visit for this gathering, which I was looking forward to, unfortunately my son passed away on that night, on the eve of the day I was travelling up, basically. So yeah, I didn't go. So almost a year on to the month anyway. I'll be going up, yes, 13th and 14th of this year. I'm really looking forward to it because I was so disappointed I didn't make it last year. But yeah, funny old year last year, but so a year on now, and we're looking forward to that. So that's being hosted by Dave Sharp from Falconry. Icarus Falconry is the business. It's a Falconry Centre. Look it up on Facebook and check out Dave's channel. You'll see more about it on there. I'll put a link in about the Falconers Gathering, his last video. So that's that. The next thing is we are probably a month to, well, certainly a month away for me getting my hawk sorted. He's doing really well with the molt. All the tail is on the way down now, nothing to be shedded. Maybe there might be a couple of little contour feathers somewhere, I don't know, but he's on track. So at some point in the near future we should get Woody on a little creance. What I'll be doing before that is keeping Woody extremely manned. At the moment he's slightly manned, but I shall man him when I take my dog out. He'll be coming with us, and I'll be slowly dropping that weight off, not too much but just enough to see what it's like on the creance. I've got last year's weights, so I know what they were at the end of the season, but from the beginning of the season to the end there can be like a 2 ounce difference, so I can't really go on the last day's hunting weight. I'll have to adjust as we go, so we might have to take him down a little lower and then build him up, but we don't know. We've just got to see what he's like on the creance. He may be good, he may be bad. It all depends what's going on in Woody's head. But that's what we do. We get him on the creance. I'll do a little bit of video of that, but not in too much detail because I've done that before. Practically on all the beginning of the seasons I've made videos. I try and make a video once a week, but I don't think I'll do it again this year. I'll just put little highlights of what's going on. So not long now, maybe I'd say probably within 2 months, six weeks to 2 months, we'll be out hunting. I'll get him out hunting as soon as I can, or at least flying and getting fit, so I can take Woody to locations where I know there are no rabbits, there are no pheasants, there's nothing, and just get him following on through the wood, just building the fitness up. And then once I've got his fitness up, then I'll start taking Woody to locations where I know that there are rabbits. We don't know what the season's going to be like. If you've watched the channel before, you know that I'm working with dogs as well. I sometimes use my own beating stick, but generally it's with a dog. I've used Jack Russell, Patterdale, German Wirehead Pointer, I've just got a German wirehead pointer now because we lost Chewy, the Patterdale. Gibson, he went a couple of years ago, but when we first got this hawk I was using Gibson, and yeah, so the German wirehead pointer Willow was the one that was donated to me after I lost Bo. Bo was 2 years old, if you don't know. We was out and he unfortunately had a seizure whilst we was out and died. I did try and revive him, I gave him CPR best I could, but unfortunately he didn't make it, and yeah, carried him home over my shoulder. Very tough with dogs when you lose them, but you know, we've moved on now. We've got Willow, so we're gonna, hopefully Willow is going to be our this year's fantastic pointer. He came to us last season, I think it was halfway, I'm not really sure, can't remember. No, last season I lost my son, so the whole season was a bit of a mess, although we still went out, but it wasn't every day. So this is going to be Willow's first whole season, so we're hoping for good things. Now, if you can see Woody here, he's got a bit of a big overgrow there where he's been in molt and eating lots of good food. Everything grows like your nails would. Woody's beak's grown, so we've got a bit of overgrowth there, so I may just nip the end off of that in a minute. It'll have a little square tip on it, but over time, I've done this several times now, they do end up going to the point, even if you leave them sharp off, flat. So occasionally I just nip it off. I don't actually file it up, or I don't file it up every time. Sometimes I just nip the end off, sometimes I just nip the end off, and then, as I say, it will eventually go into a point. So that's what we've got coming up. Obviously, when we get out into the season, I will be taking videos and cameras with me and trying to get as much footage as I can with a little bit of commentary on what we're doing. This is our journey, how the dog's getting on, how the hawk's getting on, and how we're getting on as a team. The progress of Woody getting fit, the progress of Woody getting used to what we're doing, and the way that he's manning down. So the term manning, for anyone that doesn't know, is basically when man's with a hawk, and I think manning is 24 hours a day. Whenever you're with the hawk, you're manning it. Even if the hawk's in the mews looking at me and I'm in the garden, it's still a form of manning. When we go out hunting, he's being manned up, it's manning. But the loose term of manning could be when you're training your hawk and he's on the fist and you're getting him used to man's environment. So all the time the hawk's on the fist, generally people call that manning, but I see manning beyond that. Actually, I see manning as everything that the hawk's getting used to, because he's in man's world. So what I've learned since I've been doing this type of falconry, now I chose Woody as my falconry partner. I could have had various birds, different ones, I still could, but I've chosen to use the Harris hawk, and I'm sticking with the Harris hawk. So I endeavour to get the most out of the Harris hawk, not flying the Harris hawk as sort of unfit, but trying to get them as fit as I can get them, and as sharp. When I say sharp, I'm not one about sharp kill, I'm one about sharp as in they know what they're doing. He knows that we're out hunting, and they have a tenacious sort of attitude to hunting, and he should know that we're his partner. As you know, if you don't know, they are a sociable species, so they're used to working with partners, normally a Harris hawk. So I'm a human partner, but this hawk does know me as his partner. At the moment, because we're in the molt, he is a little bit jittery of me. He's not as close to me as he would normally get. As the season goes on, we'll build that bond up, which is gone at the moment because we've just gone through weeks and weeks and months of molting. Even though I've interacted, it's not the same as out hunting and building that bond. So what I've learned over time from being a complete novice with the Harris Hawk is it's great to meet like-minded people. I've made quite a few friends, especially on YouTube, some really good ones, and some that I just chat with that are in other countries. I mean, that to me is a bonus. But also the Harris Hawk has taught me to be patient. Now, I am quite a patient person anyway, but what you can't do with a Harris Hawk or a bird of prey is push them. You have to be patient because everything's got to be done at this hawk's speed. If Woody doesn't want to do anything and I force him, or not necessarily force him, but try to do that, because you can't force them, but if I try to do something that the hawk doesn't want to do, he will not do it. And in fact, he will protest more and more every time you go to try and do it. It builds up within them that they don't like what you're doing. The same with dogs. He knows this dog. In fact, Woody thinks this dog is Bo. As soon as I got Willow, Woody didn't know the difference. He does know the difference with different humans, but certainly with this dog, it was just as if we'd always had Willow. And Willow gives off good vibes. I know this. I can trust this dog with a hawk, so we're gonna have a good season. But getting back to what I was saying about you can't rush a hawk. When you go to train your hawk, it's the same thing. If your hawk doesn't want to do something, your Harris Hawk, change it, do it a different way, do something different. Because if you keep going into your mews, trying something, say for instance hooding your hawk in your mews, and your hawk doesn't want to be hooded, then if you get your hawk out of the mews, you may be able to hood your hawk. But if you keep trying in the mews, as soon as they see that hood, straight away they're going to think back to what they've already seen, which could have been the day before, and get extremely nervous. So stop, don't do it. Come out of the mews, try it a different way. If you've been doing it before a feed, try doing it after a feed. Just try things. Falconry isn't set in stone. There's lots of ways of doing things, and every bird will be different. So you try and see what your hawk requires and what is best for your hawk. After a while, you will get to know your hawk. If you work with your hawk as much as you can, or you should, if you haven't got the time, don't do it. You need to really understand the hawk and the hawk's nature, and then the hawk becomes like an instinct. You know what they want, what they don't want, what they don't like, just by looking at the hawk's reactions. Like now, I know this hawk is fairly comfortable sitting here. He's not going to eat off my fist because he's not comfortable enough to do that, because he is at fat weight. He knows that bit of food's there, there's a chicken there. He may start to eat it, but I very much doubt it. So it's a case of knowing your hawk. The same as when you start creancing, no one can say what weight your hawk should be. People can give advice, but at the end of the day, at some point you have to let your own creance go and be on your own and do what you want to do, and what your hawk needs you will find out. But first of all, it's really difficult trying to understand your hawk, understand falconry, what you're doing, is it right? Even the way I train my hawk, my good friend, he gave me his way of doing the Harris Hawk. I followed that to the letter and we got through and done it. But if I did it again, there's a few things I wouldn't do anymore that way. I'd change some stuff. I was certainly over worried. I remember it seemed like I didn't sleep for 3 weeks because all I could think about was the hawk, this amazing creature that was suddenly in my muse, and I'm trying to not master it, but and not even break it, trying to get him to accept me in his world as a partner. At the time I couldn't see or read the hawk, it wasn't within me. Now if I had another hawk, I think I could read them a lot easier. But when I first had the hawk, it was really difficult trying to work it all out. And after about 3 weeks, I can remember actually thinking I shouldn't have done this. It seemed too much. It was too much on my mind. I'd really got myself engrossed in it. But of course now I do what I do. I put the hawk away and I can think about other things. But certainly that first 3 weeks was sort of a worrying time, but it is the best time ever. I think it's, out of everything I've done, them first few weeks was and has a great memory of being fantastic, really interesting. And of course a first year Harris hawk in his young plumage, they're totally different to the second year. The first year they're sort of, well, especially at first, they're like all clumsy and they don't know how to sit in a tree and they're falling about, and because they've not been out before. You know, you've got them out the mews as a young hawk and you are then sort of showing them the way. So the first time you let that hawk off your fist after it's off the creance and it lands in a tree, it's probably never landed in a tree before, and they seem all clumsy and calling a lot as well. It used to call a lot as I was walking along with it. It would have this young screech and follow me around, but that all subsided, and now Woody's a silent hawk. Occasionally a call in the garden when his weight's down a little bit, but yeah, so we start off at a lower weight certainly than we will be. I endeavour to get that weight up as much as I can. Again, you've got to read your hawk. I know what my hawk does, I know what it can fly at, I know what it's going to be like if it's overweight, underweight. I've taken him through so many different weights. If they're too high, it will be a pain in the butt for you because it's hard work getting them down. Now, calling them out of a tree is what I'm saying. Now, if you've done that in the early stage, you might not get your hawk back, so do not let your hawk go until you know it's coming back instantly on that creance. But as time goes on through the season, they're getting familiar with you. You can take the weight up a bit as long as you know that hawk. So Woody, I'll fly him towards the end of the season, halfway through, he'll catch, I let him fill, and I'll fly him the next day. I don't have a day off. And he's fine. He'll still follow on, still does what he does. He may not come to me straight away as soon as we start hawking that particular day, but certainly after an hour he's thinking I want a bit of food, and he'll come over to me and follow me like he would be at a lower weight, unless he catches something. Yeah, so that's just a little food for thought, sitting here passing the time. Hope you're enjoying these videos. Please like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube. It's my journey. I don't claim to teach anything. I've been doing this since 2019, so it's now 2025, so we've got our 6th season coming up. So I have learned quite a lot, especially flying daily. I'm not flying once a week or twice a week, I'm flying 7 days a week. So I've learned a lot about my Harris hawk. I don't claim to know everything about everything, but I think I know the Harris hawk quite well, especially this one. I make my own furniture, my own anklets, flying jesses and muse jesses. I make my own bows, falconry bows. If you want to see how that's done, check out the older videos. It's all on there, making bows and jesses and stuff. It's all good stuff, it's all good clean fun. So as I say, subscribe, hit the like and hit the notification bell for the next video. Follow us on this Free Bird of Reason channel. I started off purely just to make a little diary of my falconry journey for myself, and it's just grown. I didn't expect that the channel would have 6,500 subscribers in the short term we've been doing it, which is not a lot. Some channels have a lot more, but I think it's quite a healthy amount, and I'm enjoying it. And as I say, I enjoy reading the comments, so please comment below. If sometimes I say something that you're not happy with, apologies, because when you're making videos you say things and it's like trapped in time. You don't always mean exactly what it comes across like, or I might make a video after someone said something because it's given me a thought, oh, I'll make a video on that, and it might seem, oh right, he's having a go at me or something like that, but that is not the case. I try to be a good person. I try to be helpful and kind, because I believe that's what we need to be in life. So apologies if I ever get on someone's goat, or someone doesn't like AI, or someone don't like the way I'm doing things. It's just my journey. If you don't like it, bugger off. No, I'm only joking. If you don't like it, just don't worry about it, just move on. Watch the next video. You might like that one, you might like some of the old ones. I mean, these videos now are just purely keeping us entertained during the molt. The ones that have all the views are the hunting ones, and I understand that, but I'm just trying to keep the old channel going, and it's hard thinking of things to do. So there's me having a little rabbit on, and for now we'll see you next time. And I hope if any of you are going up to the Falconer Gathering 2025 Holdenby House, please come and say hello, and forgive me if I don't suddenly recognise you, because if you think about it, you've seen me but I haven't seen you. Just come up and say it's me, give me a little reminder of your YouTube name and maybe something that you've commented on, and see if you can get my slow brain engaged with the right person to the right comment and channel. It's not easy getting older. See you next time.